Hi, I'm Sunil Dhawan, AI thought leader, Oracle and SaaS expert, and founder of sunildhawan.com and the Launchpad program. For over 25 years, I have helped startups and global enterprises from Home Depot to Disney build better products, modernize systems, and scale using AI and software innovation. Here's the hard truth. Most startups don't fail because the idea is bad. They fail because the product never makes it to the market. I have seen this everywhere, from small teams working in co working spaces to venture backed companies with big offices. The founders start with huge excitement. They form group chats with their teams, they brainstorm late into the night, they hire developers, agencies, designers, and then months pass. Budgets get stretched, deadlines get pushed. The excitement slowly turns into frustration. By the time they are ready, the market has shifted, the customer's attention has moved, or worse, someone else has already launched something similar. I've been building products for over 20 years now, from two-person teams with just an idea to billion-dollar companies. And I can tell you the pattern is always the same. It's not about luck, it's not even about funding. It's about clarity, knowing exactly what you are building first and how you will get it to the market without losing focus. And that's what this session is all about. I'm going to share with you why most products stall, what to do differently, and how you can actually launch without spending years stuck in development. Let me give you some examples. Two founders in Bangalore quit their jobs to build a SaaS tool for small businesses. They had a great idea, even got some early signups from people they knew. But instead of launching quickly, they kept adding features, dashboards, endless integrations, fancy reporting. 14 months passed and they launched. But by then, another company had already captured the market with a similar, leaner, faster product. They were left chasing instead of leading. Let me give you another example. A funded startup in Silicon Valley in seed funding got a 250,000 as funding. They started development with large team in glossy offices, but then came the add-ons. Let's make it work offline. Let's build the mobile app at the same time. Let's add a loyalty program. 6 months in, half the money was gone, and then they didn't even have a version ready for 10 customers to test. Another example I remember is a health tech startup in Florida. The founders knew their industry well but were not technical. They hired multiple freelancers to build different parts of the product. No single roadmap, no handovers, quality issues piled up. When they finally launched, the trend they were chasing had already passed. The buzz was gone. Do these sound familiar? These are not rare. I see them every month with founders globally. And they all come down to one thing, no clear definition of the first launch version. And the founders, they have many questions. If you are a founder right now, you probably have these questions in your head. How do I know if I'm building the right product, not just a product in my head? How do I avoid wasting my limited runway before I even launch? How do I make sure I don't get beaten to market by someone faster? These are exactly the questions I've designed my frameworks to answer. So you don't have to rely on guesswork. Most founders want version 1 to be perfect. Every feature, every integration, every nice to have built in. But that's like opening a restaurant and trying to serve 200 dishes before you have even cooked for your first customer. Instead, start with what I call the must have first principle, the core feature that solve your customer's main problem. Globally, this is called an MVP, minimum viable product. And I explain it simply, it's your product first test drive, not half baked, but just enough to start the journey, get real feedback and improve. Take example of Uber in early days. No food delivery, no outstation trips, just one thing. Book a cab, track it, pay anywhere, anytime. They nailed that and then expanded. Now, here's the thing, before you even think about building your MVP, You need to validate if your idea itself is worth the effort. I use something I call the idea validation framework. It's a set of 5 simple checks that I take every idea through before deciding whether it's worth building. One of those checks is the problem test. Is the problem big enough that people are already trying to solve it, even in messy or manual ways? If people are not solving it at all, maybe it's because the problem is not painful enough. Let me give you an example. A founder once came to me with an idea for an app that reminded people to drink water every 2 hours. Nice idea, easy to build, but when we tested it, we saw people already had alternatives: alarms, smartwatches, reminders, sticky notes. The problem was not big enough to pay for a solution. Compare that to digital payments a decade ago. People were already solving the problem in messy ways: cash, cards, clunky wallets. The pain was real. So, when seamless mobile payments appeared, adoption exploded. This
Thank you so
one
much.
test
You're
alone can
welcome.
save you months of wasted efforts. In Launchpad, I walk you through all 5 validation checks with real world examples so you know whether your idea deserves 90 days of your life or not. Over the years, I have refined what I call the 90-day launch framework. It's the same process I have used with startups and established businesses to get their first version into the market with clarity and confidence. The framework focuses on 3 big ideas. Number one, how to cut through the noise and focus only on the features that matter most for your launch. Number two, how to structure your build so every week gets you closer to live product instead of stuck in endless changes. And number three, how to prepare for a launch that does not just go live but actually gets users. In Launchpad, I walk you through all these in detail with templates and tools you can use the very next day. Now, let's talk about the 3 traps that most founders fall into. Trap number one: everything at once trap. You try to build the dream product from day one. You want chat, you want payments, analytics, integration, all in the first version. The result? Delays, blown budgets, and exhausted teams. Trap number two: the scope creep spiral. Midway through, you get new ideas and you keep adding them. Each small addition adds weeks to your timeline and cost more than you expect. And the trap number three is the invisible market risk. You build for months without showing it to the real customers. You launch and nobody signs up. And in technology, that first impression spreads fast. People remember the app that did not work. And there is a better way. Let's go step by step. Step one: define your must haves. If you could only build 5 features, what would they be? Focus on solving one clear customer problem. Step number two is build with clarity. Lock the scope upfront. No mid project changes unless absolutely necessary. Use simple tools. Even a shared spreadsheet will do. And the step three is prepare for launch. Test with 20 or 50 real people. Get feedback. Fix the big issues and then launch. Take the example of Zerodha, the online trading platform. They did not try to launch everything at once. They launched the first product called Kite, their core product, got user hooked, and only then expanded into Coin, Bursty, and more. Inside Launchpad, I'll also share the feature priority scorecard, a method I use to help founders decide in under 30 minutes which features to go into version 1 and which can wait. This also can save weeks of debates and thousands in cost. And I'll give you the launch readiness map, a simple 1 page sheet that shows you exactly where your startup is on the path to launch and what your next 3 moves should be. It's like a GPS for your product journey. So you don't waste months going into circles. So now you might be thinking, this all makes sense, but how do I actually apply it to my startup? That's exactly why I created the Launchpad program. The Launchpad program comes into 2 versions. The first version is Launchpad Express, a power packed 1 day program. We cover the core frameworks and you leave with a complete 90-day roadmap for your startup. And then we have a Launchpad, a 3-day guided workshop, the same frameworks as in Launchpad Express, but delivered in more depth with practical exercises, real world case studies, and time to work directly on your idea. Both versions are designed to give you massive clarity, proven tools, and the confidence to launch your product in 90 days. What I have shared here today is just a glimpse. In Launchpad, we go deep, step by step, with real examples and templates that you can apply right away. I created Launchpad because I believe too many great ideas die before they are even tested. With the right roadmap, yours doesn't have to be one of them. So if you are serious about getting your product to market in the next 90 days, this is your chance. Click the link, choose the Launchpad version that fits you best, and let's make it happen together. Thank you.